You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Hobson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Mary Mary After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Mary Mary After Show.
Oh, we are back again. Ashida, this is your song, right?
This is my song. This is what I was feeling last week. Because you wasn't here. I was so sad. My girl Tara wasn't in the town. I was like, oh, I'm feeling shackled.
Well, I am back. Hello, hello. Bing is for doing, and we just can't stop doing it here at the Mary Mary After Show. I am Tara Johnson, and I'm happy to be back. But I will say, my girls over here held it down last week. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. I heard that. I was like, don't miss it. I feel like we should just all walk in the studio and be like, don't miss it. Don't miss it.
My motto for life.
That's it. But with me today, so we can get started. With me today are the lovely ladies,
Ashida, Onrae, Tiona, Hobson.
Now, Tiana's first time was last week, but it only takes one episode when it gets good to you. Because after one episode, Mary Mary, you see she's back again, a part of the Mary Mary family.
I'm officially addicted to this show.
Here we go.
I have not watched reality television in probably 3 or 4 years. I don't know what I was sleeping on and why I was not watching this any sooner, but it is great. It's amazing. It's my new favorite show.
Don't miss it.
Don't miss it.
Don't miss it. Well, we are season 2, episode 11, New Beginnings. We only have a couple more episodes this season. So, I'm starting to get curious as to what's going to go on. But a lot happened in this episode. And this was actually one of my favorite episodes of the season, because so many things we've been talking about actually came to fruition in this episode, and now we're really trying to figure out what the next step is going to be. Big major news, Santana Campbell is now a part of this world. Is he not the cutest, most handsome thing you've ever seen?
He's a cutie pie, a little munchkin.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of newborn babies are not actually cute. They're actually kind of creepy looking and weird. But this baby was very, very cute as a newborn, only a few days old, and he already stole my heart.
Yeah, had established features already.
Yes.
Some newborns just kind of look
That was Teddy. That was Teddy all up in there. That was Teddy.
He did. A lot of personality. Such a cute baby. And Tina has officially declared, I'm on maternity leave. Yeah. Told Mitch, I don't want to talk Mary Mary. And as we'll talk about later on, told other people too, I don't want to talk Mary Mary. So she's now 5 kids. She says to Teddy, 3 kids in car seats. Who does that?
Yeah, that's a little intense.
A little?
I was like, 3 kids in car seats. Wow.
Yes, 5 kids and 3 of them in car seats. Hands down, praise you, girl, for being able to do
touring.
That. Yes, and touring.
And doing everything.
Music.
And cooking.
Being a working mother, being there for her kids.
Planning
not just
the birthday parties.
Yes.
Everything.
She's everything. And I can't imagine having 1 baby. So how are you doing it with 5?
I don't know.
We were talking about it. Would you take the call? Would I take the call? Would you take the call? Yeah.
It's true.
We're trying to figure it out.
I think it's a little overwhelming, but she and Teddy both said we just feel so much relief. Like, we thought it was going to be a lot, but Santana's the greatest thing that ever happened to us. But it seems as if normally in the Atkins family, when someone has a baby, all the sisters come over to help out, but that's not happening this time because Erica has How Sweet the Sound going on, and she's going to take Gugu and their mom with her. So Tina is like, well, who's going to help me with this baby? So let's start the conversation with Erica going over to see Tina, going to see Santana, and Mitch catching her as she walks in the door saying, remember that December 29th gig in Miami we got offered? They just bumped it up $30,000 and a private jet. Go talk to Tina.
Nice. Nice. An additional 30,000.
So I think that by now,
Yeah.
Erica let it slip that total was a $100,000 gig and a private jet. Let's see if Tina will deter, change, do something different in her vacation with Teddy so we can make this money.
The Bahamas are very nice too, girl. I mean, I'm just saying. Hawaii, Bahamas, it's kind of the same thing. You get the island feel, you get palm trees and drinks with.
I think I'm Team Tina on this one. Even with the 30 grand and the private jet, I am with Tina on this one.
I am 100% on board with Tina. Maybe not the way how quickly she said no and how snappy, no. But
But I get why she said no so fast.
right.
I get why she said no
She
so
didn't want to
fast.
discuss it any further.
She did
wanted
not.
to,
I loved how she said to Erica, did you come over here to see the baby and see how I'm recovering in my postpartum stage? Or did you come over here to push some Mary Mary business? Like, she's on maternity leave.
But I think she answered it quickly because of her marriage.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it was more about her marriage and her husband than it was anything else, about just really just being on maternity leave. That's how I took it.
Right.
She was like, no. No, no, no.
No. Teddy has 1 week vacation.
Right.
And we're going to be vacating together.
Wherever he wants,
Wherever he wants
to go.
in Hawaii. Oh, and we have a caller. Caller, who's on the line?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello, hi.
Hi.
Hi, so can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hi. Sorry, I'm calling from London. It's like 1 in the morning.
Oh my gosh, how are you? So you love Mary Mary just as much as we do.
Yes, I do. And I love you guys' show. I always catch it on YouTube, but I'm not working tomorrow, well, Monday. Well, today's our time now. But so I thought I'd just give you guys a ring. Just first of all, say great job.
Well, thank you very much. Now, catch us up. In London, are you guys the same episode that we watched? So you saw New Beginnings also, just like we did this week, or are you guys watching a different episode?
No, it's the same episode because I catch it online because we don't actually have WeTV, so just catch it on the internet.
Oh.
So yeah, I just saw the last episode.
So what did you think of Tina's decision to say no to the extra $30,000 in the private jet?
I think that's quite consistent to what she's always said, and I think no one should really be surprised that she turned it down, because I think the main thing for her has always been staying at home, and obviously Teddy seems to be quite keen on her staying at home. So I thought that was quite, I mean, 30,000 is a lot of money to me, but for them, you know, I'm sure it's in the context of things, it's not that much, as it were. So yeah, I kind of understood where she was going from, and like you guys were saying that, you know, I think she's more worried about just sort of like having time with her husband and her marriage, and obviously the stress of having a new baby. So I don't think the money would really be an incentive for her to change her mind.
That's true. I mean, we're going to jump ahead since we have you here from all the way in London and ask you, what's your take on Erica's solo career, her solo performance?
I thought obviously that it didn't really go too well. And I think the thing with Mary Mary is Erica's the business person. She's always on time. She's good with the you know, the business side for Mary Mary. But I think Tina's the heart of Mary Mary, because when you see her performing, you know, like, for example, at the Essence Festival, like, she's a person that will just say, oh, guys, this is what's happening, and she kind of brings life to performances. So I think although Tina's not, obviously she doesn't want to do the extra stuff, but it comes effortlessly for her. Whereas with Erica, I think she's very disciplined in being a musician. She has to work extra hard because I think her personality is really good, but she doesn't have as big a personality as Tina does in the performance of Ray. So, and I think with the solo career, you know, there's CeCe Winans, there's a lot of people who are similar to her, so she can kind of get lost in that. So she needs to really define, I think, her sound, what she wants to do. And like in the last episode, I think they said the next week she's going to sing Yesterday, which is the Mary Mary song. So that doesn't really define her as a solo artist, because she's still singing like a Mary Mary song. So if she came out with something totally different, unexpected, kind of like maybe like a Jessica Reedy jazz vibe sort of thing, that could work. I don't know.
Well, I have to tell you, I absolutely love your accent. I could listen to you talk all day. I'm like, oh my gosh, can I get some lessons or something? I would love that. We want to thank you so much for calling in and setting your alarm.
That's awesome.
That's right. I've tweeted you guys. My Twitter handle is Malika Diva.
Oh, I do remember you. Oh, that's fantastic. I know we were corresponding, and I remember you saying you're in London. I love the fact that you called. Thank you so much. We have the season finale. We have 2 more episodes, if I'm not mistaken. Call back if you can. We'd love to talk to you, get your opinion on things.
Great job, guys. Great job.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Okay, bye.
Bye. We love that.
That was absolutely amazing.
See, look at you. That's fantastic.
When you hear it, you just want to speak with an accent sometimes afterwards.
Well, that's well, you know, now I feel as if since we've talked to our caller from London and we're talking about the Mary Mary after show being so widespread, I feel like we should talk about iTunes right now. Just like watching us on YouTube, you can also go to iTunes and download our podcast anywhere you like in the world, London, abroad, or wherever. Please, you know, subscribe, rate. We're looking and working for 5 stars here. Let us know what you like, what you don't like. If you leave comments, questions, we're definitely going to respond to you because we love to talk to you. You know, Mary Mary's here for you and I and everyone else. And so thanks so much for listening and let us know what you think. Wow, that was really great.
Yes.
So I guess we were talking about Tina and her maternity leave and turning down $100,000 in a private jet. She made the point of saying she doesn't have that much time with Teddy. If he has a week off, she's going to definitely spend that time with him. She said, I have to give tribute to my husband. They have 5 kids together, which means they don't get a lot of alone time. So this is important. I'm 100% on board with Tina with this one all the way around.
All the way around.
I'm going to play devil's advocate.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that I'm Team Erica on this one.
Really?
Just coming from, they are a duo, they are a team, they are a partnership and a relationship as well. So I understand that she wants to, you know, be with her husband and her family, but she also has this other side relationship that she's a partnership in. So without her, you know, it's like you're messing up Erica's business now too. It's not only affecting you. Her decision affects Erica's family. It affects everyone involved over there too. So while I do sympathize or empathize with her and I understand why she's saying no, I also understand why Erica wants it so bad.
That's a great, I mean, it's a really great point. It's a hard, I mean, as we've seen.
It's a team. And if I'm on a team and my team has to go do something and I'm like, oh no guys, I don't feel like doing it, I'm gonna stay here with my family and take care of business here, my team is then affected by my decision not to go.
The one thing I will say is I was surprised that she said no so quickly without even consulting or asking Teddy. I was thinking, okay, maybe she'd take it under advisement and then, or simply say, well, I have to talk to Teddy. She just said flat out, no, I'm not mentioning it to Teddy, I'm not even talking about it with Teddy whatsoever. But that type of relationship that they have came across 100% when they were celebrating their 12th wedding anniversary in their romantic dinner, and they made the Campbell pat.
Well, here's my comment, and in response to what you said, because I agree with what you said. So a little bit.
Qualify a little bit.
A little bit, because they've been together for 12 years. So I think that she deserves a little bit of time with her husband. I mean, they've been traveling, singing for 12 years. But in a sense, I do agree with you on the team, and it's a brand, Mary Mary, come work together, and the fact that it's in the Bahamas, so as soon as you finish your obligation, you can go off and do what you want to do with your husband. Now, with Tina, I can understand why she did not talk to her husband, because I know, for me, if I express a way that I'm feeling, I don't want to talk about it. I just want you.
We heard that, didn't we?
Right. You know what I mean? I don't want to talk about it because I don't want you to miss this.
Well,
We don't want her to miss. We don't want her
Don't
to
miss it.
Don't miss it.
Don't miss your husband. Yeah.
well, you know what? But this goes so far back in the season.
Yes.
When before everyone was talking about Tina's having this baby, we had this entire year planned out. Tina gave everyone notice on this one. She was like, my husband has this week off. I'm taking this week off. So it can't be that same argument as before. She's like, I'm giving you plenty, ample notice. We're taking this week off. I get what you're saying, Ashida. Respect that.
right.
And once Ashida has spoken, we learned today, there is no. She does not want to speak about it again.
I mean, just think about it. If you were married, your boyfriend, and he's like, babe, I have another opportunity to do something, but yet you want time. And then he's like, babe, but aren't I important? Am I important enough for you to turn down something so that we can spend quality time? So I understand in that situation why she didn't talk to Teddy.
And I think what we may not see so much on this show, unlike Eric and Warren, who are pretty engaged in the show, is Teddy has a full career himself. He's a drummer on the Tonight Show. He has his own band. He and Warren are also part of the Soul Seekers, a separate gospel, group. So he has a pretty packed schedule. So if they can only get a week together out of 52, get it in, girl. Don't miss it. I hear you.
That's what I'm saying. So I think Erica should understand.
She should.
And it's something that they had already, that Tina has previously said no
Right.
to. And so
Right.
coming back at her with more money, it's not about the money at this point.
Totally.
Right.
Totally. And I will say, I appreciate the fact that they try to steal away and spend time with each other as much as possible. They just had a baby, but Teddy put together this dinner to celebrate their 12th wedding anniversary.
Which was beautiful.
It was absolutely
Yeah.
beautiful, and I loved how Tina, who is an outspoken woman, that's fine, but she saluted her husband in such a, I don't know what the word is, non-outspoken way. Such a humble, appreciative, genuine way. And when she said, I'm so glad God picked you for me, I was like, wow, that's a couple in love. Take your week, girl. I get you.
I get it.
I 100% get it.
And then they made out.
See,
I wasn't gonna, because I'm always the one talking
I know.
about it. And it was right there on the cusp. It was right
but
there.
you can't deny that kiss.
That kiss spoke words.
I mean, they decide to have the Campbell Pat, which is Tina will work less and stay home more. And they said shake on it. I thought they meant with their hands, not with their
Right.
lungs, because that's what was tied up.
And Martin, just hear Martin
I
laughing.
know our engineer is laughing. But that's what was tied. I mean, that's where Elena and Des got it from for their wedding kiss.
Yes. That's
was
what
a-
I thought too. And I thought of what she told Elena, that she just looks at Teddy and she gets pregnant. I was like, girl, you might end up pregnant after that
That's
kiss.
what she said. That's what she said. I wink at the man.
That's all it takes.
Yeah. Stay it well.
Yeah. I'm like, that
I
kiss.
can't advise you on
You
that
might
one.
have triplets
Yeah,
right now.
I can't
You don't
advise
know.
you. But that kiss was something else. I blushed, and I was at home by myself.
I was like, ooh, that's nice.
I was like, ooh, I want that kind of passion. 12 years of a marriage.
12 years later.
I want that passion.
That's an amazing testament to their relationship, and that takes time. And that's why that week is so crucial to the two of them. Take your week, girl. Take your week.
And you know what? I want to give props to Mary Mary for not deleting that scene.
That is
show
true.
Us, yes, to show us what their marriage is after 12 years and how they can still be passionate about each other in that kiss. I'm so glad they did not delete that.
That's true. Well, another scene I'm glad they didn't delete, because I think it's very rare, especially with the gospel group, to have this type of vulnerability, is when the Atkins sisters got together to visit Santana, their new nephew, but they also talked about their father, who recently got married and hadn't been around, didn't tell them he was getting married. They don't seem to know who the new wife is. I admire this because it really showed what their life is and what their heart is. And a lot of times, so many people in the church want to paint the rosy picture as if everything is fine. But this was just so real and so raw. And I felt for them in that moment. But it was just, I felt like I was in that kitchen talking to those sisters about this pain and emotion. And they leaned on each other in order to get through it.
I agree with you 100% because I know what that feels like personally, not having a father in my life. So I get the tears. And then even more so, like, I don't have a father, but their father is in and out. So that's
Right.
even worse. And then the reason why he's in and out. you know, saying, okay, I'm going to call you back, you don't call back, and then telling your family, your own flesh and blood, you know, the wedding was just for immediate family members and friends.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was hurtful.
That was extremely painful for them, because it's like, who am I? I'm your daughter.
Right. So with
What's
that,
closer than that?
what's
what
closer
is
than
closer than that?
Right,
And I just had a
exactly.
new grandson, and you said you were going to come see him, but you happened to get married on the same day I gave birth. Like, you didn't know that was going to happen. So it was a painful moment. They lean on each other to get through it, which I think is fantastic. But what also speaks volumes to me is the mother that they have, Honey Atkins. Let me just simply say to you, you've raised gorgeous, talented women, but the fact that you have the father of your children are in and out like that, but you have never spoken a bad word against him, that's a testament of a real woman right there.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I mean, it was amazing to me because we watch other reality shows and we see people who don't exactly take the same stance. But I have to commend her for that, because of that stance, these women are still wanting to be loving to their father and still take him for what he is.
Yes, because I don't even know the man, but I had some choice words about him. And for her to go through this throughout her children's whole lives and not say a bad word about
Right.
him, to not talk down about their father, just be like, no, you know, he is who he is, and you have to love him for that. That's a strong woman right there.
And what did she say? He's doing the best he can?
He's loving the best way he can.
I struggle with that. And I know we're getting off topic. I don't want to get too deep. But I struggle with doing the best you can, but you know you're wrong. How does that work?
I mean, it's a good point.
Not really asking a question, but I'm just saying, like, how does that work?
And I'm sure it's a question that they're asking also. It's true. It's a lot to take on, but even in the end, when Tina was crying about you didn't come see your grandson, and Elena was crying saying you almost made my wedding delayed, even when it came down to it, everyone was still like, you're my father. I still want you in my life. It may not be the way I want you in my life, but I still welcome you into my life.
Right.
I thought it was just an honesty that you just don't see on a lot of shows, period.
I agree. The vulnerability.
Yes, which
sincere.
is what I love about this show, is that it's real. A lot of reality TV shows out there are not real. They are staged. They are people putting on a show for the cameras. These girls get up there with like no makeup on, with their hair looking a mess sometimes, and they're, this is me, this is us, this is real. So to see real people going through something like this makes it that much, I don't want to say more entertaining for the viewer, because it's not necessarily entertaining, but it's much more intriguing, and it's what draws you in.
Totally.
That they are being so real.
Absolutely.
And they're producers, and they've said several times in several interviews, if we don't approve it, it doesn't go on. So to know that you were there, you saw the cameras in Tina's kitchen, you're filming it, but then to sit down and watch it again and still say, okay, I want to share this with the world, that says a lot to me about those women. That's they're really trying to share not just their music, but their lives, their heart, and trying to help somebody.
Absolutely.
Because the conversation Tina had with Elena saying, you've got to work this out with your dad, because if you don't, you're going to carry that over into your marriage. That's some type of advice that I'm not married yet, but as a single woman wanting to get married, it's something that everyone can learn from and has to deal with. She didn't have to show that part either, but they did. So, I mean, really big ups to them.
Yes.
It's some wonderful sharing.
Yes.
I agree.
And on a slightly lighter note,
There we go.
here we go.
Change the mood.
A little heavy there.
It got a little heavy there. We are proud to announce that The Adventures of Serial Buddies is coming to theaters March 8th. It's produced by our AFTERBUZZ TV creators, founders, CEOs, Maria Menounos and Kevin Undergaro. It is a funny movie. I've watched the trailer numerous times, and each time I laugh even harder than the last. It's coming out in select theaters, so if you're in LA, New York, Boston, Chicago, or San Francisco, make sure you go get your tickets now. Go watch the trailer at www.serialbuddies.com. You can follow the movie on Twitter at serial_buddies, and you can always follow Maria Menounos as well at Maria Menounos. And just some of the stars in it: Two Broke Girls, Beth Beers is in it, Henry Winkler,
The Fonz.
We got him in the house. We have Kathy Lee Gifford. The list goes on and on. So make sure you go check that out.
It should be hilarious. I think you can watch the trailer at serialbuddies.com.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Check it out.
So there's some other things that we're going to check out. How about the new beginnings for Erica on this episode when she was getting ready for her How Sweet the Sound performance, doing the judging and the performing by herself. First things first, she sits down with her hubby Warren and they talk about the song. What did you guys think of? Are you guys familiar with Change by Walter Hawkins, Tremaine Hawkins? Did you think that was a great choice for her?
I was not familiar with the song, I won't lie.
I'm not familiar with the song, and I didn't like the choice.
Yeah.
No? It's a fantastic song, but I've always heard it sang by sopranos. And I know Eric even said I'm not a soprano, but I think I can pull it off. Mm-hmm. And I loved the interaction between she and Warren where he was like, okay, I mean, I'm not saying you're not great.
Because you're my wife and I love you.
You know, but, you know, this is for real. And he was very honest. I don't know about that song connecting. And she took it as a challenge. Like, that just makes me want to prove to Warren even more that I can do this thing.
Yeah, I don't think it, I mean, she knows that it didn't work at this point. And I wasn't feeling it either as an audience member. I don't know if it was, she sang beautifully.
Yeah.
She sounded great. I just didn't think that the stage presence was there, and to come out your first time performing as a solo artist, I just think that it should have been something a little bigger.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I agree. Especially coming on stage after Hezekiah. Was it Hezekiah?
No, she came after, I think Hezekiah Walker was before. She came after Fred Hammond.
Fred Hammond blowing.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, just off the chain with his performance.
Yeah.
So you already got the audience amped up.
True.
And then you come and you're just like, okay.
It's like,
you're doing,
Yeah.
doing this song.
Yeah.
It's like he got them all hyped up, and then he's like,
But the thing is also, the last Mary Mary song that came out is Go Get It, which if that came on right now, we wouldn't be able to stand in our seats. So you're thinking, we just saw them on, well, this might have happened differently, but, you know, hear this Go Get It song, and it's about going out and getting it. And Change is a great song, but it's a different vibe completely.
Right.
And I don't know, I think maybe she needs to transition a little slower. At least give something like they suggested Sing Yesterday. That is a Mary Mary song. It's a touching song, it's a moving song, but at least it's something they're familiar with. And then maybe she can go into something else.
Oh, so you're saying since she's solo, just slowly ease your way out of Mary Mary.
I think you have
to. Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, remember when Beyonce went solo, she still had 2 backup dancers dancing with her the entire time. So if you didn't know it, for her, it may have felt like Destiny's Child, you know, but it was always 3 people. And then she got to the point where it was her and then like every other dancer in the world. But in the beginning, it was 3 people. She had 2 girls dancing with her all the time.
That's an awesome point.
Yes.
That's really good. That's a good strategic move. Okay, high five to you, Tara.
Thank you. Warren called me. I'm not going to charge. So they decide on Change for How Sweet the Sound. Erica is so nervous. She does her first solo photo shoot with Derek Bank in Atlanta. I thought she looked fantastic.
She did.
But she can't control these nerves.
I understand that. That's hard.
No, it's incredibly hard. Even when she talked to CeCe Winans backstage, and you know, she was like, "Can I put a microphone next to me or something?" It was incredibly hard. And the one thing she asked for is her man by her side.
And if he did not deliver,
Warren, I am so proud of you, Warren. Thank you. I love that about this show. I love the men on the show.
True.
I do. I love that he took the time and he surprised her and was like, knock, knock. And she's jumping up and down like, oh my God, he came. I love that. After how many years they've been married?
I think they've been married 11.
11
Yeah.
years. And you're still jumping up and down for your husband when you see him.
And he's still coming through for you.
And you're still coming through for you. I mean, it doesn't get better than that.
and I just want to know how long he had been planning that. Because I feel like Warren already knew that she was going to need him there, and that even though he kept telling her, no, sorry, I can't make it, that maybe he already had a flight booked to be there in that moment.
You think so?
That's what I want to believe in my head, because it makes it even better.
That makes it even better.
I think because they seem to be this couple that understand business and support each other in that, I think the first time she said, I really would like you there, he was like, I really can't kind of thing. But that last time when she called him was like, babe, I just really want you here. To me, I think that's when he was like, all right, whatever. I'll push everything else aside and go. Because in that moment in her voice, it was like, I need somebody to pick up this phone. Nobody will pick up this phone.
Right.
And she was like, I just need you here. Either way, regardless of how it went down, it was a beautiful thing.
And he didn't miss it.
He did not.
He did not miss it. Some other stuff was going on backstage, though. What about the Mitch, Justin, Google thing?
Ooh.
Now, we're normally Team Mitch around here, but on this one, Mitch, I got to tell you, to give this guy's name to the person in charge backstage saying he can't come back here, I thought that was a bit much.
It was. I think it was a little, he went out of his way to inconvenience Justin without even knowing if he was really going to be there yet, or if he was even going to be a problem yet. And to go out of your way to make sure that he couldn't get back there when you know that the family he assumes he's marrying into
he wants to be in,
is all there. That is a little bit below the belt there.
It was a little young and petty. I'm looking at your face, Ashida.
Yeah, I know. Ashida's ready to go.
Ashida's ready to speak on Mitch's behalf. I know it.
I disagree.
For all of you not watching, she shook her head from side to side. I disagree. Okay, please.
I am Team Mitch.
Even still.
Even still. Because you will not come in my presence and threaten me and think that you will get a pass. I'm sorry.
So after their initial conversation, which happened, I guess, with the power of editing, we don't know, it could happen yesterday.
Right.
But let's just say weeks ago, episodes ago, we can say that. Happened episodes ago. At that time, when it went down between the two of them, you, Mitch, said, I'm going to take the high road. He didn't mention it to Mary Mary. He didn't mention it to anybody else. Warren and Tina and Erica brought it to him. This seems flip as to how, this is not, to me, it doesn't feel like the high road. It feels like a real low road.
What, based on what Mitch did?
Based on what Mitch did.
I'm still Team Mitch. I'm sorry, I'm Team Mitch.
It's not that I don't understand why he did it. He just didn't need to go out of his way to do it. Because he could have let the guy come backstage and he could have still just conveniently not been around when Justin was going to be there.
Because I think he needed to prove a point.
But as soon as Justin came backstage, he excused himself, even when Justin was trying to speak to him.
Right, because he had to. Because Gugu went and got him. I'm sorry, I'm Team Mitch on this one.
I see.
I am Team Mitch. I get it. I understand it because I would have did the same thing.
Okay.
All right.
Again.
And especially when I say don't touch me and you're constantly touching me. You remember how that all went down?
Oh,
yes.
We understand you, Ashida. We know exactly. Once you've spoken, Ashida has spoken.
Done.
When she done, she done. Let it be known. I understand. I understand completely. But lo and behold, who was the saving grace of the Mitch and Justin situation? Good old Honey Atkins. Mama comes through again.
Mama comes through again.
Go on out there, baby, and do what I know you can do.
Now, if she would have spoke to me, I would have did exactly what she asked me to do. But I still would have to prove my point. Don't cross me.
We know that. And how about when Gugu was talking to Mitch and they were in that confrontation, did anyone else think that she actually slipped and said the B word instead of Mitch at one point? I forget exactly what she said, but she's like, that's your problem, Mitch. And I was like, did she just call him? But it
really?
was Mitch and the other one sound so similar that maybe it was just my ears wanting to hear something different.
Especially in the heat of that moment.
The heat of that moment, I could see how
knows?
someone could slip, and I was like, oh, Jesus would not like that.
That is so true. I'm going to say.
She said Mitch. I put the subtitles on. She did say Mitch.
You did? She put the subtitles on. That's
Just
what I'm
because,
saying.
I mean, I hear things sometimes that other people don't hear, so I just wanted. I had to prove to
that would have
myself.
been a good catch.
That would have been a great
That would have
catch.
been a really good
I had to
catch.
prove to myself that I wasn't crazy, which clearly I am.
Well, I think Justin's apology was 100% sincere. I was happy to see this chapter come to a close.
Yes.
Right? So I think his apology was 100% sincere. Mitch accepted the apology with the caveat, we'll have to see what happens.
And I agree with him on that, too.
Ashida, we see. Mitch, your girl is right here. Let her know what's going on. Your girl is right here.
100%
Right there.
because you never know. But I did like how Justin apologized, and I liked the response that Mitch gave. I may not always get it right,
That's true.
you know, but I'm here to do a job, and I would like for you to respect that I'm doing my job. So
And know that I'm never disrespecting Gugu.
Exactly.
We just may have difference of opinions.
Exactly. It's never personal to
All
that
right.
extent, because he
Yes.
said even if I don't like Gugu, that's still their sister.
True.
So that's very important for him to understand that.
So this episode is new beginnings, but we're glad that that's a closed,
closed
chapter, and we move on. So what's left in the episode was actually Erica's performance at How Sweet the Sound. We know she was nervous. We know she was gorgeous. That dress was fantastic.
Beautiful.
It was so, I loved the colors and everything.
Absolutely. With the choir behind and the stage. Gugu, who was that? Where'd you get that from? Let us know.
Gugu, I might need to rock that next week.
It was great. But the connection wasn't there with the song.
No.
It just wasn't.
But she did get people did stand, people did clap, but she said, this is not what I'm used to. This is not what I want. Did we expect Warren to say something different to her when she came off the stage, or did we get exactly what we expected from good old Warren?
I got what I expected from Warren.
Yeah.
Did you get what you expected?
I got what I expected.
Which is
out of him.
honesty.
They do have an honest relationship, but he did, like, it wasn't as if they were standing across from each other. They were embraced. They had their arms around each other. He said, how do you feel? She's like, not good at all. He was like, nah, you're right. That wasn't good.
I love that.
Yes.
Because you need that.
You do.
You need that. I will want someone to be honest with me so I know how to be better next time.
And they're really, and that's the thing. He's honest with her, but not on the opposite team. They're on the same team.
Yes.
Because they went back to the room and he's like, all right, how can we fix it?
Yes.
Because we're going to fix it. I'd rather her go home than sing that song again.
Team Warren. I'm
Warren.
just team men on this. I am
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's all, except for, Mitch, we ain't gonna get into that. Normally I'm with you. So you're right. They were like, let's figure this out. So we'll have to wait and see if yesterday does what Change did not. So, we will see.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I think a different song will help her with her nerves too.
Yeah.
Because she didn't look nervous on stage, but I don't know, there just wasn't that presence that you feel with Mary Mary on a stage. And I don't know, she's going to have to figure out how to compensate for not having Tina with her.
Right.
To just bring more energy and really get the audience involved.
That's a good point.
That's a good point. And last thing I want to talk about is, remember when Erica was meeting with Mitch and she's like, Tina hasn't said she's quitting, but it feels real quitterish. Was that the word? Quitterish?
Feeling like, yes. Well, did she say that? Quitter?
like quitting or something.
Quitting
Somewhere
on
Made up a word.
She made up a word
Made up.
about quitting, and it felt that way to her because Tina wasn't there. And not that I loved it, but this episode showed that they miss each other a lot, because Tina was saying the same thing when she was in her kitchen cooking. She's like, I'm not used to this. Erica's normally around. And Eric was saying Tina's normally around. We're performing. So they're definitely missing each other. Do we think, and maybe this is little predictions, from what we've seen, do we think this might be the end of Mary Mary, or at least a split for a while?
I'm going to say I see a split for a while. Not forever, just for a while. Tina needs to feel like she's gotten her ample time with family and her husband settled before she's ready to put everything back into the group. And until she has that, she cannot be focused on Mary Mary.
I agree. I concur.
Oh, now you're agreeing with us. Look at that.
I got her on my team.
Yes. Well, I don't want to mess it up. I think we should go into some news and gossip before things change.
TV News.
Well, I did find an article we were talking about whether Mary Mary is going to split up. It might be temporary, because of the fact that I just found an article today from the Sweden Live. It seems if Mary Mary is going to do a big concert in South Africa.
Ooh.
Coming up in March. They are going to, the church accommodates 7,000 people. They're going to sell 5,000 tickets, but this is a pretty big concert. So if you are going to be in South Africa on March 13th, you should look it up. Tickets
Let me
go on
check my
sale.
calendar
Yeah,
real quick.
let it be known. Or if you want to book a flight.
Yeah.
I'm like, the private jet?
Yeah,
Yeah. We're going to take the
We'll
private
take the
jet.
private. We'll
jet.
be there.
Yes.
We'll be there. But tickets go on sale the 18th. We have our ticket already. It's already reserved. And we do have a little more news and gossip. Ashida and I were able to go to Joy Star, a friend of AfterBuzz TV. She had Arts and Beats, her EP release party on this past Tuesday. Ashida and I were in attendance. We met the fantastic, wonderful Erica Campbell, Warren Campbell, we were actually able to do a quick interview with Joy Star and Warren's mother, Sandra Campbell, who we love, love, love. And Ashida was actually able to interview Music Soul Child.
Music Soul Child, shout out.
Who was in attendance. Also, check YouTube. We're going to have the links up for the interviews very quickly. But Ashida, what was your opinion of seeing everyone in action? There were no WeTV cameras there. It was just real live support for Joy. What was your impression?
My impression was that how they are on television is how they are in real life. They are a family, they're a unit, they come together and they support each other. And that's what I love about it.
I thought it was
my feeling.
Yeah, it was It was not just Erica and Warren, because Warren is Joy Star's, their brother and sister. So, we assumed Erica would be there, but it wasn't just that. It was their youngest sister. It was Gugu. It was Dez. Dez was there. Elena was actually babysitting for Erica. So it was a complete family affair, and I feel the same way. And I do have a little story, because I have to tell this story. When Joy Star was announcing the release, when she was going to show her video, Warren, who is the CEO of My Block Records, actually made a speech. As he was speaking, I think he said, "I'm so proud." And I hear in the background someone say, "And you're hot too." Yes, that was Erica Campbell shouting out her husband. The love is real, y'all. The love is real.
It's so real. I love them.
It was a fantastic couple. So nice, so sweet. They say they're fans of the show, and they thanked us for doing the show and loving the show, and we couldn't thank them enough for talking with us.
Absolutely.
It was fantastic. Don't forget, I think March 8th, Joy Star's EP drops. You don't want to miss it. This is a talented girl.
Don't miss it.
Don't miss it.
Don't miss it.
All right, let's do some predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Well, we've seen footage of this major blow-up between Eric and Tina back on the stage for a couple of weeks now, but I think it's going down next week. It seems as if Tina is coming back from maternity leave, and don't know if it's the postpartum hormones or what, but it's not clicking Mary Mary style. What do we think is coming up next week?
I'm a little worried. I have to say I'm a little worried because Tina storms off. And I don't like that. It's all about me, right?
Clearly.
And I'm like, no, you guys are sisters, but why did she storm off like that? And I'm not sure what is going on with them. Is it, is she still upset because she did something solo and didn't really tell her? Remember that scenario where she still, was feeling bad? The fact that you went ahead and signed, had a meeting, already booked it, and now you're telling me. So I don't know if there's still a little bit of resentment there, but, my prediction is that it's going to end kind of badly and leave us simmering until the season picks up again.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to agree with that prediction there and just say that I have no idea what's going to cause this fight. I have no idea what will cause it, but I cannot wait to watch it.
Well, there you go. Well, I go with that prediction. I can't wait to watch it too. I see the next couple of episodes defining what Eric and Tina are going to do in the future. I also see it being kind of pivotal for Mitch too, because I guess my question was, Erica's doing How Sweet the Sound. Is Mitch also going to manage Erica during her solo career, or is he just going to stick with the two of them? How is Mitch actually going to play out, and how does everything go? And also, from now on, what's going to happen between Goo and Mitch? She took real offense to what he did to Justin, and they have to work together in the future.
Wasn't there a clip where Gugu had an argument and saying, you know what, I'm going to Atlanta? That's coming up too.
I think that might be coming up too.
Yeah, we have to see what's going on with that.
So we have a lot.
We have a lot.
We have a lot
Going to
look
Atlanta
forward
to visit, to move, to stay, to...
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. So many questions.
So many questions. Well, we'll be back next week to answer all the questions that we can on next week's episode. My name is Tara Johnson, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at TJ Path to Passion.
And I'm Ashida Onrae, and you can find me at Ashida Onrae.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at TweetT22.
The three lovely brown ladies love the fact that you joined us today. We really do. And if you want to follow the show on Twitter, the show's Twitter account is Mary Mary After AFT Show SHOW. Until next Sunday, we thank you so much.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AFTERBUZZTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AFTERBUZZ TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.